Jacob.
I'm Yuri.
And we're going for a drive.
'23 Toyota Sequoia.
Capstone without launch control brake boost. There's a lot of vehicle to be moving right now.
Horsepower and torque.
437 horsepower, 583 pound-feet of torque from a 3.5-liter twin-turbo V6 hybrid.
So this is pretty much exactly that Tundra that we drove, but an SUV now.
Yes, exactly. This is the all-new Sequoia, which is on that same platform as the Tundra, and this is the top trim, the most luxurious Sequoia that has ever existed, called the Capstone. And I had to look up what Capstone actually meant, and that is someone's greatest achievement or the greatest part of something.
And then there's also an SR, TRD Sport, TRD Pro, a bunch of other lower models. And then with this top model, we've got a very nice interior. It's like borderline luxurious, and this gigantic infotainment screen, which I have a few problems with.
Yeah, I really like this truck overall, but I'm going to call it a truck throughout this video because it feels like I'm in a truck. Starting with these mirrors, the mirrors are huge. They're straight off the Tundra, and I feel like I'm in a truck because of that.
Yeah, you got the double mirror so you can see below with like the wider angle, and then you also have a button so you can extend it out for towing, and I feel like this SUV is all about the SUV you want if you're going to be towing a lot.
Exactly, and this can tow up to 9,000 pounds, which is a lot of jet skis.
But the main thing I think is that it's a full new version of the Sequoia. The last Sequoia we only drove in comparison to the 4Runner.
Yeah, and those were the TRD Pros.
I think obviously this one looks better, but I didn't mind the looks of the last Sequoia.
I totally agree. They added little things to the outgoing one, like the LED headlights and stuff, but this one just looks so much better. And considering how long Toyota has between refreshes and like models and stuff, this is going to stick around for a long time. So I do like what they did with it.
But now we don't have a V8 anymore.
No, so we have this hybrid V6 twin turbo, and it is quick. The transmission, I think, is what holds it back. So we have a 10-speed auto, and it's not very quick to downshift. So I'm going to put this into Sport S Plus and floor it. Oh, it didn't like that. It didn't even downshift.
Just give up.
Yeah, it's just waiting for the torque. And there's all that, almost 600 pound-feet of torque. Wow, that was the first time that something didn't downshift. And I should mention, this might not be fair to Toyota, this is a prototype vehicle, so it's like an early pre-prod.
Yeah, so maybe that was a early on thing, but I don't know. Everything else seems pretty normal about it.
Yeah. Hey, let me try this again. There we go.
That's what we expected, but it's still slow even when it works.
Exactly, but the engine itself is nice. So like I said, the transmission feels like it's kind of holding it back. Suspension is nice and soft, but it feels like I'm in a truck. So body roll central into Cliche Corner. And this is not a truck to be sending through Cliche Corner. Lots of body roll, even in Sport S Plus. It's not like that, one of those Lexuses that we had where we turned on and off the suspension and made a huge difference through Cliche.
I can't, like the NXs or something? I
forget. One of the big ones. But it's really comfortable. They are adaptive dampers. It does vary the suspension into comfort mode. There are several drive modes. And I would actually recommend staying away from Sport S Plus. I feel like the throttle is too touchy, and I know you had the same problem.
Yeah, too touchy.
Yeah, so we also have air suspension, but only in the rear.
It's got like self-leveling, and then that's good for towing, and then we got a tow haul mode, and then there's also a mode where when you hook up the trailer, it'll do a cool backup assist where once you get straight, it'll help make you go straight backwards. I haven't used it yet, but I did buy a trailer that was a very small length, and apparently those are the ones that are like the trickiest to back up, and yeah, it's tricky.
Yeah, but I like how this truck drives. Steering is nice and light. Again, it really feels like a truck. It's body on frame. It just feels like I'm in a Tundra. But when I'm in a Tundra, I'm like, okay, I'm in a truck. But when I'm in here, I'm just like, oh, I'm in a truck.
The thing I like the least about this is the visibility. So that mirror on the left pretty much blocks your left intersection and also blocks anything around there. Luckily, you have this view button, which will show your camera, because as I was leaving my driveway today, I saw my kid playing on the sidewalk, and I was like, okay, well, the only way I saw her was through the camera and not through my eyes at all.
Did you use egg mode?
God, no.
And the last thing I want to talk about before you drive is all the actual Capstone stuff that you get with this. So you get chrome 22-inch wheels, which I'm not the biggest fan of. They look okay.
But what's cool is on the whole lineup, at like the lower trim, you get 18s.
Ah, there you go. And the Continental recommended tire would be the Terrain Contact HT. And right now, get up to a $100 Visa prepaid card with the purchase of 4 qualifying Continental light truck and SUV tires from now through August 31st, 2022. For more details, visit continentaltire.com/TheStraightPipes. And then we also get power running boards, and we have semi-aniline leather on the inside, as well as American walnut wood trim and acoustic glass only on the front, only on the Capstone trim.
Okay, those power side running boards, like I pulled my back and then have like sciatic pains for the last 2 weeks to the point where I couldn't walk. And having that, if you're in pain, was the most convenient part of this truck.
Old people things that old people would
Look,
appreciate.
I got an extra pillow here to put behind my back for lumbar support. That's how messed up I am right now.
Yeah, watch my Fox body video because I'm not messed up right now. So I think that's all I had to say about this truck while I'm driving. Let's get you into the driver's seat and see how your sciatic pain feels these pedals.
I gotta go very gently. I'm gonna try tow haul and launch it.
Okay.
And now I'll move it back to drive mode
That felt better without the brake boost.
and traction on.
Yeah, it's definitely how you should be driving this.
This
Maybe
is-
not in tow haul all the time.
And this is pretty fast,
It is, it's definitely quick for the size of this thing.
but it's not like Raptor competitor by any means.
Yeah, not really.
Okay, so inside, the thing that I want to talk about is this big infotainment screen because it looks impressive. Your 360 cameras are very high resolution. We have a bunch of different angles. And then while you're driving, if you click the view button, you can see your trailer hitch if it's connected. So that's pretty nice.
And then Apple CarPlay is huge on this screen.
Yeah, to the point where it's too big because when you go to click your microphone or your up, down, left, right arrows in Google Maps, like, look,
Yeah.
I'm sitting, I can't touch it.
I actually had slight trouble from the driver's seat as well.
And like that's kind of like a straight hazard and kind of like a oversight. I think they should make it smaller and maybe like move it in more. And that's why I would love to see the smaller 8-inch infotainment instead of this.
Yeah, because that's only on the base model. Like they would never shove that into the top trim.
And then the only hard button you have is a volume knob, which works really well, but you don't have hard buttons for anything else.
And then it's funny seeing all the menus, like the actual size of all the words. It's like watching someone's father using an iPhone on maximum font size.
Yeah, it's all too big, but it does have Sirius XM. It does rewind. It does have the Beach Boys Good Vibrations channel, which is back for the summer. If you want a free 3-month trial, hit up SiriusXM.sayer.com/TheStraightPipes.
And it does rewind. I think you already said that.
I already said that.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I've been rewinding Beach Boys. I've actually been tune mixing Beach Boys in my Mazda CX-5 all summer long.
Is that a Beach Boys
That's
phrase?
a Beach Boys thing.
You know what?
We've been having fun all summer long. I
kinda-
can't sing.
No, you can't. Neither can I. I've kind of skipped over rap for the summer, and I'm kind of listening to a lot of like BPM, but also Drake's new album. I had to get used to that.
Isn't
one,
he
though.
like releasing albums on Sirius XM?
Well, yeah, on Sound 42.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sirius XM, guys. And then also with the infotainment, a lot of your vehicle settings and stuff like that you can't use while driving, as well as in your gauge cluster. You need to come to a full stop. And
Which is a safety thing because Toyota.
yeah, I guess. But like if you're going like if you're stop and go traffic, like let me just to change things up.
Fair.
But then you can also change a few other things on the left in the gauge cluster as well, but you can't change the whole design like you can in other Toyotas. And then there is a head-up display, but I can't for the life of me find where to adjust the brightness or size. I can only find out how to turn it off. So for infotainment, I wouldn't mind having an older Sequoia, but for other features, we do have radar cruise, lane keep assist, and lane centering. So in that case, I would rather have the newer Sequoia because it does work very well on the highway.
I wonder which one you're going to want in the end of this video. You're either the old one or the new one overall.
Neither. That's not for me.
What about a Cadillac Escalade? I feel like an Escalade, yes, it's going to be more money than this, but an Escalade still body on frame. I guess this would be more comparable to like a Tahoe or Expedition, stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know.
Yeah, like a top trim, like a King Ranch Expedition would be pretty gangster. But I really like this white leather, and you can't get this on any other trim other than the Capstone.
Yeah, okay, and then let's look at all the other stuff up here. Cup holder fits a small or a medium cup just fine. Visors,
Ooh, these are pretty decent size.
3, 2, 1.
Full pass.
Full pass. Front seats are pretty comfortable, no complaints. How about the middle row, which is captain's chairs in this version?
No complaints for me, tons of room back there. And then in the third row, I have somewhat medium room, but I have no headroom. But we do have peasant blockers in the rear and in the second row as well, which is really nice. And this has a segment exclusive. You can move the back seats forward and back slightly.
And then they also have another fancy thing in the trunk where if you open it up, you can take out this panel and use it as a shelf. in different sizes. But I absolutely hate everything about the trunk space there. It can barely fit a carry-on there, but then if you angle it, then it'll fit, but then I'm worried it might fall out. But then it comes with a net that can hold it in. Overall, hate the back room.
Yeah, the trunk space is kind of weird the way that they configured it.
But what's cool is when the tailgate is all the way up, there's 2 speakers there, and while you're just like chilling and stuff, the music sounds really good coming out of there. So if you're like tailgating, it's great.
Yeah, and if you're just chilling in here, the sound system's actually really good. I was blasting the radio like full volume and it was good.
Okay, back to Apple CarPlay. This has wireless or wired. I prefer wired, but it's just through a normal USB up at the front, but then you've got more power in here.
And you've got a wireless charger up here as well.
Yeah, and then this armrest, this pops up, or this slides forward and back, and then this is wide open down there, so that's pretty nice. And then above that, we have our 2 high, 4 low, and our drive mode knob. All right, and to almost finish it off, I'll go through cliche corner in I don't even know what mode I'm in.
Yeah, I can't even tell actually.
Hopefully comfort.
Lots of body roll.
Lots of body roll, but it's staying on the ground. And
Yes, Yuri, we are not upside down.
Traction's not like yelling at me or anything.
Oh boy, I feel like I'm gonna tip over.
Oh, that felt nice. I don't feel sketchy in it.
Maybe because you have something to hold on to. From this side, I guess I'd have to hold on to something up here.
And I should also mention that this does have hard buttons for the climate, which is really nice to have in today's day and age.
I agree, and heated and cooled seats.
And then to talk about the looks a little bit more, we've got the exact same body lines as the Tundra, just turned into an SUV.
Yes.
It's pretty much the exact same.
There's now body where the no body was.
But the lines are still there.
Yeah,
and then we got some chrome on it. I don't mind all the chrome on this. I kind of get it. We got the proximity touch door handles and everything like that.
Headlights and taillights look cool. I really like this grille, luxurious enough.
Yeah, we got like sequentials, and then we got kick to open in the trunk. And then how about the exhaust? Should we listen to it from the...
Let's take a listen.
From the outside.
It's fun that they allow you to ping it off the limiter in classic Toyota fashion.
So overall, looks-wise, nothing wrong with it.
No, not at all.
And then slightly better, obviously better than the last version.
Yes, yes.
Unless you get it last one in Army Green, which actually looked pretty sweet.
That was cool. But I mean, the new TRD Pro in some sort of Army Green, that would be pretty cool.
But does it come in that color?
Not
Those are like
yet.
special once-a-year colors.
Yeah, you gotta wait. They'll eventually have it.
Built-in navigation. You want to see something funny?
Oh, I already know.
You want me to subscribe to it? And there is some subscription stuff in this, which we hate.
Yeah.
Don't subscribe to car stuff. BMW's doing it. We're going to say a big to any car subscription stuff.
No extra car subscription services, please.
So let's get to the price.
We don't actually have any Canadian pricing yet, but we do have full US pricing. So, in the US, this starts at $59,795.
American.
And this one is $79,795.
American.
Yeah, which is a lot of money, but at the same time, this is the top trim, and this basically kind of battles with like a Lexus LX kind of thing.
Would you take this over the TRD Pro version of this? So you get like skid plates and like different suspension, all that stuff, or would you rather the chrome luxurious version now that you're older?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like both, but I think I prefer the TRD Pro more. It looks a lot cooler. You get the 3 amber lights in the grille. You know how much I like those, so I think I go TRD Pro right now.
Yeah, I think I'd flip a coin. Whichever one's available in the dealer sooner, because they're both pretty nice, I think.
And to see what's available on dealer lots, tsp.truecar.com for in-stock discounted pricing.
Yeah, because it's hard to find a car now, and there you'll find out what they have right away.
Yeah, you don't have to order it months in advance directly from Toyota, tsp.truecar.com.
And you get a discount.